All right, y'all, it's my personal favorite time of the week. We're going to review some new vocabulary words. And don't worry, I got some fun videos for you today. So our three vocabulary words we're learning today are sensible, wretchedly, and desolate. So sensible, this is an adjective. Remember we talked about adjectives last week? This is a word you could use to describe somebody. This means showing wisdom or good judgment. Our sample sentence is, before signing the contract, the sensible man read the whole thing and showed it to his lawyer. So try to think of someone who is really sensible, someone who shows wisdom or good judgment. I think I'm a person who's very sensible. I like to kind of do things by the book. I never pay a bill late. I always did my homework in college and high school. Okay, like that's just the kind of person that I am. So if you know someone who kind of does things by the book, you would describe them as being very sensible. What are some sensible things you could do? Doing your taxes on time is very sensible. Paying your credit card bills on time is very sensible. Doing all your homework is very sensible. Okay? So I want you to put in the chat, think of a sensible person you know, and why are they sensible? Sorry, you're not putting in the chat, you're putting the open-ended question. Yes. Think of someone who you know who is sensible. Why are they sensible? All right, I'm very excited about this one. Our next word is wretchedly, and this means in a way that shows deep unhappiness, distress, or misery. Our sample sentence is, I'm so sorry, she said wretchedly. It's all my fault. All right, so we're going to watch this example of somebody who is acting very wretchedly after a devastating breakup.
Touch my heart, touch my soul. Here's my life, I know my goal. I know you well.
What are you doing? We're getting rid of everything that reminds you of Carol. Hey, what's the haps? Carol? Oh, look at this. Your old condo closing papers. Oh, it's riddled with Carol's name. I wish I could throw this in the box. Why don't you just buy the whole song? I don't have to buy it. I just want to taste it. I just want a little taste of it. Oh, look at this. She saved you $2,000 because they failed to report a mold problem. But wouldn't that affect the final? How did she? Oh, I see what she did. That is good. Wow. That Carol is one smart cookie.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Touch my heart.
All right, so I want you to answer this multiple choice question. Who in The Magician's Nephew do you think is the character most likely to act wretchedly in Narnia? Most likely to have the Michael Scott face. Okay, hopefully you got, I think Uncle Andrew is the character who's gonna act the most wretchedly, right? He seems very miserable at this point in the book. Our next word is desolate, and we have two definitions, but they're pretty similar. The first definition can be lonely with no comfort or cheer, and the second definition can be empty signs of life. Our sample sentence is, the wind whistled through the broken windows of the desolate, abandoned old house. All right, so when we think about a place that is desolate, right, there's not a lot of life, there's not a lot of greenery, it's very empty. One fun fact about me is I love to watch like videos of people exploring different parts of the world, and especially climbing mountains in different parts of the world. I just find that really fascinating. So I wanted to show y'all a really cool video of some people who are about to climb mountains in a desolate land. This desolate land is none other than Antarctica.
We are in Queen Mod land. It's cold, it's harsh. More than any other place I've ever been, I feel like we are not meant to be here.
So I really like the quote that Jimmy Chin says. He's a really famous climber, also videographer, but he says the quote, more than any other place, it feels like we are not meant to be here. And I think that's a great way to describe a land that's really desolate. In Antarctica, we can't see like any forms of life, right? The only thing around them is mountains and snow, which I think is really incredible. All right, so I want you to tell me how you would feel if you walked into a desolate land like this. When you're done with vocab, we're going to do a quick time to climb to test your knowledge, and then we'll continue with today's lesson.